I'm David Young, and I'm here at the Iridology Convention here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And these are the flutes that I play. They're Renaissance flutes called recorders. Everybody learns how to play that in the 3rd grade. That's what most people start to play. And I've sold 1 million CDs with these as the main instruments on my CDs. At this point, 2013, I've recorded 55 different CDs. I have CDs for relaxation. I sell to about 10,000 massage therapists, hospitals, healing centers all over the world, you know. People use my music every single day because it keeps everybody calm and helps promote peace and, you know, healing. And I started playing these at Venice Beach about 20 years ago. Had a group called Celestial Winds. We made a tape with my last $100, sold 10,000 copies of it. And one thing led to another, and so I've had a Christmas CD, went to #2 in Canada in 1994 on a fluke. And so I do about 40 shows a year, all kinds of healing events for spa, massage therapy, all of the like psychological shows, because I have these CDs called musical affirmations, which each CD comes with one healing mantra, an affirmation that's blended into the CD. And so on a CD like this, it's 1 hour long, and blended in with the music is my voice actually singing this mantra, my mind is clear, my mind is calm. This happens about every 3 minutes on the CD. So after 15 minutes, whatever you were thinking is now replaced by my mind is clear, my mind is calm, you know, because our mind naturally follows the music. And after a while, even though this is blended in the background, our mind catches on. So it starts repeating to itself, along with my voice singing, my mind is clear, my mind is calm. And then whatever you are thinking of is out of the 4 of your mind. And all you're thinking of, my mind is clear, my mind is calm. Then your body relaxes because it hears your mind saying everything's good. Well, I was a heavy metal guitar player and a singer. I never planned on doing this, but the way life worked out, it was such a gift for me to. For a while, I was doing both when I lived in California. I was a flute man at Venice Beach on the weekends, so Saturdays and Sundays, you know, 10 to 5 at the beach. I'd be playing this with Celestial Winds, my partner. And so I never really thought anything was going to come of it, you know what I mean? Because it was just something that I did to make money on the weekend so I wouldn't have to get a regular job. You know, and then I would play, you know, at clubs at night. You know, the drummer who was in my band at the time, Matt Apps, he's the drummer of Government Mule, and you know, he got really famous with that, and I just continued doing this when he joined Government Mule. And but one of the funny things that happened at Venice Beach was that the writers of Seinfeld used to come down to Venice Beach all the time when we were playing there, and at the time I would always wear this white puffy shirt, you know, and I would wear my sunglasses so my friends wouldn't recognize me, you know, down there at the beach, my rock and roll friends, you know. And it was a real thing to do on the weekends because the music we played was so peaceful. And it was just a nice thing where people would lay down on the beach and meditate, or, you know, kiss their girlfriend, or, you know, whatever. And so the writers of Seinfeld used to come down to the beach and hang out like everybody else used to do on the weekends. This is between 1990 and 93. And that's where they got the idea for the episode with the puffy shirt. And it turned out to be one of the top 5 most recognized favorite shows that Seinfeld did, you know.
That's interesting. That's good stuff.
Hard to believe, you know. Village of Dreams is filmed in Rothenburg, Germany, and that's where the world's most famous Christmas store is. And I had made an arrangement to be performing at this Christmas store, I think it was about 5 years ago, for 3 weeks. They bought like 4,000 CDs from me with the expectation that I would play music in the store. And this store is 10,000 square feet. It's like the biggest Christmas store in the world, you know. It's amazing. If you've ever been there, you'd remember it because it's just incredible. Now, you can't believe you're inside a building because it really looks like you're in the North Pole. And so I had this idea, being that I was at this incredible place, I had the idea to make a music video of me being in this store. Well, you know how sometimes you have these little ideas that turn into big, gigantic ideas, you know? And so this turned into a whole movie that's an hour long. It's been on TV over 300 times. I can't forget 300, 400, so many times, it's a lot, you know? And so it's about a boy who wants to become a musician, but he loses his hearing in a winter accident. So an angel of music comes to teach him the golden keys that make any wish possible. And I play the angel of music in the movie.
That's awesome. What was that experience like for you?
Well, it was terrible having jet lag for 7 months because I was here for 2 weeks and then in Germany for 2 weeks, back and forth for 7 months. That was terrible. It was quite an experience making a film because it's really not as fun as exciting as anybody would think, because it's more hurry up and wait than you can ever imagine, because it takes so long to set up the scenery and get everybody ready with makeup and all the things that have to happen, and then, you know, agreeing on the script and all these things, because I was a co-writer in the film as well, you know. And I have one book that's out. It's called Divine Inner Guidance, and this is about the incredible things that happen when you listen to your intuition, as well as the incredible things that happen when you don't listen to your intuition, you know. And these are all 28 short stories from my life. It's like a Chicken Soup for the Soul book, except instead of having a whole bunch of different authors, these are all stories from my life. You know.
I'm going to buy that book today.
Is that a threat or a promise?
No, that's a promise. I'm buying that book, and I'm going to buy.
But I have another book.
A few CDs. What's that?
I have another book that's just being finished right now. It's being released by the publisher who did Conversations with God. They sold 10 million copies of that book about 10 years ago. And it's called Channeling George. It's about my experiences over the last 3.5 years channeling the energy and music of George Harrison from the Beatles. It's an incredible story. It's over 50,000 words already. And every one of these stories is a true story. One is more incredible than the next. And it's literally been the most incredible experience of my life. Yeah.
That is interesting. I didn't know that you did that you channel music through George.
Well, I didn't plan on this. I didn't intend on it. It started happening about 3.5 years ago. And these just unexplainable, beyond imagination coincidences started happening in my life. I couldn't believe it, you know. And I started documenting them and writing them down and sending them to my friends who were Beatle fans who didn't believe an ounce of it in the beginning. But there's probably 100 things that have happened, 100 different things that have happened so now this book is over 50,000 words long, you know. And so the book comes out in the spring of 2014, and it's really an amazing journey. You know, it's continued. I mean, we keep adding more things to the book, just because more things keep happening. You know, I'm also a painter.
Yeah.
This is one of my paintings.
I love it.